Hey everyone, welcome back to the JumpCut Play YouTube channel. Sam back again here. I hope you're all well and you've had a fantastic week. Today we're talking about SpiderMan. He's coming to the Avengers next week, and it's been a long road to get here, a rocky one to be sure. We previously reviewed the game on the channel, you can go check that out as well. Now that the cheeky plug is out the way, let's get stuck into this. I've got some thoughts on Spider-Man's arrival in the Avengers. Now, when the Avengers game got announced, it was announced along with it that Spider-Man would be a PlayStation exclusive. It wasn't said whether it would be based on the Insomniac Games version of it or a movie version of it. It was just, hey, this is Spider-Man and he's going to be in the game at some point. Yeah, cool, sounds good. And we waited, and we kept waiting, and new heroes like Kate Bishop arrived into the game, and you had Hawkeye DLC, and most recently we had Black Panther as well, which is quite a sizable expansion for the game. And now that Spider-Man's been officially announced, it's pretty lackluster, and I'm not even like onto Spider-Man himself, just his actual like way of appearing in this game is pretty bullshit. Whereas the other heroes have had their own kind of story-based events with new environments and skins and all sorts of stuff that comes with it, you have a dedicated experience to that hero. So you've got Black Panther and you get to go to Wakanda and you've got an entire mini story arc there. And the same goes for Kate Bishop as well. Spider-Man doesn't have that. He doesn't have his own levels that are suited for swinging or his kind of like heroics and acrobatics. You don't have anything. Really, they're referring to this as a hero event, so it's just a new hero coming to the game. Cool. But it's Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is one of the biggest Marvel characters, one of the biggest superheroes in the world in pop culture, and it's a bit of a disservice not to at least give Spider-Man something in regards to a story or at least some mini missions for him to do. Look, I know games development is expensive, and it's expensive working with IPs like Marvel and Spider-Man, all his different heroes. So it's a bit surprising to me that after all this time that they've spent getting him into the game and they're finally delivering it on November 30th, he doesn't have his own set of missions. It's just, yeah, here's Spider-Man, go play as him, and here's 40 odd skins that you can go and buy for £16 a pop, or you can unlock them with credits or whatever. It doesn't really sit well with me personally. We've had the first look at Spider-Man in action thanks to the gameplay that was shown over at IGN.
Used to say I keep a check. She was all bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash out my place, baby, you're a wreck.
Spider-Man looks stiff as a board when he's going into combat or when he's swinging around the environments, and I'm not so much bothered about the fact that his webs are sticking into the air like Spider-Man on the PS2 or the original ones on the PS1. Whatever, I get that they can't make like a dedicated swinging system for the kind of levels that they have already. Whatever, that's fine. But if you at least make it look good and have that agileness that Spider-Man has, have that fluidity when he swings, then you can sell that. But here he looks stiff. He doesn't look like he's gracefully bounding through the air. And I don't want to compare it too much to Insomniac Games as Spider-Man, but just doesn't look what they did with the animations of Spider-Man there, especially when you go in Miles Morales where they've upgraded the animations of Spider-Man swinging. It's fluid, it's quick, it's smooth, you feel like you're soaring through the air with effortless ease. And then here it's like web. Go! Even things down to like Spider-Man shooting his webs. Like you have him in combat here showing this video and he's running around vehicles. Like it just seems really rigid. It just seems really rigid the way he's shooting his webs, the way he's punching people. And they've got that sense of Spider-Man in there in the video, at least to an extent. The way he does fight, where he wraps around people, he's very acrobatic and he jumps over people and slides under them and uses his webs in different kind of ways. There's flashes of that in there.
I never thought he'd really do that.
See? Right there. You made a judgment call. You gotta see it as it is.
It's funny you should say that, because I was looking through some old photos and it looks very, similar.
Okay.
In regard to the actual character design of Spider-Man, like the costume and whatnot, it looks fine. It's another kind of deviation of the MCU Spider-Man, which is natural because that happens when movies come about. They do it all the time in comic books, like when Ben Affleck became Batman. Suddenly all comic books Batman started adopting a Ben Affleck type appearance. Same with Aquaman as well. That's fine. It's a bit of a shame that the skins will likely cost an arm and a leg to buy, especially when they have got some decent ones in there, like a Peter Parker type one was in like the 60s style outfit he would wear when he was working at Daily Bugle. That's cool. It shows that there is actually some passion, obviously, going into the character to bring him into the game. Is it just too little, too late? I mean, Avengers came out, what, last August, and yeah, it had a rocky launch, but it does have a dedicated fanbase that do enjoy it, and I've enjoyed the game from time to time. The problem with this game was never the actual heroes themselves, because they feel good to play as. Unfortunately, it's just the environments and the objectives around these heroes, unfortunately, just don't carry too much weight or reward. It's no secret that this game is a grind, and if Spider-Man's going into this map on maps like Snowy Tundra, where it's just open, like, forest land with not a lot of places to swing from, I just struggle to see how Spider-Man fits into this game. It feels like they're begrudgingly putting the character into the game because they promised they would. Obviously, we don't know behind the scenes, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of work that goes into making these things possible. And sure, there's going to be people that will enjoy playing as Spider-Man, and if you play Spider-Man next week and you enjoy playing as him, cool, I'm glad you're really enjoying the experience. But at the moment, I'm not even cautiously optimistic, I'm just cautious to see what it's like. Anyway, let me know your comments down below or on Twitter at JumpCut_play. Are you excited to play Spider-Man in Avengers next week, or are you going to be skipping it and just going on to the Insomniac Games one? Either way, let us know. I hope you're all doing well, and we'll see you again next time.